This comic strip tells of the Eagle Force. Stories you can act up with die-cast metal Eagle Force action figures, each sold separately. There's Captain Eagle and Talon. You can pretend KO is a judo fighter, Turk, a strongman, and Sergeant Brown, a demolitions expert. And this is the enemy, General Mamba.
Destroy the Eagle Force.
Head of Riot, plus Baron Von Chill, Betaman, and Shock Trooper, each sold separately. Captain Eagle, KO, Turk, and all Eagle Force figures, each sold separately. By Mego.
Today's review will be on the Fresh Monkey Fiction and ZICA Toys Eagle Force. And this is for Sergeant Bulldog, Staff Sergeant. That's right, it's time to add another member of the Eagle Force to my team. I only have 2 so far, and look at this guy. He looks like Sylvester Stallone in Expendables. And he comes with a little doggy. And I love getting animal accessories. This is awesome. Now, just looking at the figure through the bubble here, that looks so cool. He's looking down at something. And then you got his little doggy Churchill down here looking very cool, and all his accessories. Man, I cannot wait to get this one out of the package. But just check out that card art. I have loved every one of these figures card arts. They are so awesome. Now, if I had one complaint about the figures so far, it's that there's a lot of the times they show little logos and stuff like that on their berets or their hats and stuff, and I haven't gotten one with a little logo on their beret yet, but that could just be with the prototypes and, you know, the illustrations and stuff. So I really hope that his actually has something on the beret, but we can't tell right now. It's just a jumbled mess down there, but we'll figure that out in a minute. So let's look at the back of the package, shall we? Looking at the back of the card, it's exactly like all the others, so you know the drill. You just slide this card out of the little plastic tray, pull the figure out of the bubble, play with the figure all you want, put it back in the bubble, slide this card back in the tray, and you've got a mint-on card figure still. Now, the top part here is exactly the same as all the others. Down here, it shows Roll Call Series 3, so let's see who's in it. Sergeant Bulldog, Staff Sergeant. Bulldog Brigade, Reconnaissance Specialist. Eagle Force Officer, Strategic Operations Specialist. And Captain Eagle, Eagle Force Leader. Below that we have Baron Von Chill VII, Science Advisor, Riot Commando, Arctic Warfare Operative, Grim Reaper, Mercenary, and KO, Silent Weapons Expert. And seeing KO's picture like that always makes me think of one thing.
Oh, a fellow checker, eh?
Looking at his bio, it reads, after a successful stint with the Army Rangers, Sergeant Bulldog's thirst for adventure still felt unquenched. His squad, nicknamed the Bulldog Brigade, ran 3 tours back-to-back in the Middle East and came back stateside ready to take some time off. When the threat of riot suddenly reared its ugly head and General Brown reached out to him, Sergeant Bulldog, along with his sidekick Churchill, eagerly agreed to take up arms alongside his longtime friend. Sergeant Bulldog and his brigade ran across General Brown's path several times, and each time left a more indelible impression. An aggressive and tactical field sergeant, he is loyal to a fault. However, this can cause problems, especially when he looks past some potential shortcomings in his upper echelon of the Bulldog Brigade. Huh, that's weird. Nowhere in his bio did it mention that his favorite song is Who Let the Dogs Out by Baha Men. Down here it says, Sergeant Bulldog, Staff Sergeant. And there's a quote from General Brown that reads, Bulldog may be just a code name, but I gotta tell you, when old Sarge gets a hold of one of those riot dirtbags, he clamps those teeth and doesn't let go. But enough about this package. I think we should do just like in the song and let these dogs out, shall we? And who let the dogs out? Foo let the dogs out. With the dogs officially out, let's look at Sergeant Bulldog first. Just check out that head sculpt. That is awesome. I think he looks like a young William Shatner, and that is really cool. Working our way down his body, now there's a lot of reuse, as always. Basically, the body itself is a Grim Reaper's body, and then you've also got the forearms of Hornet and the vest of Zapper, and that's okay by me because this still looks like a brand new character. Now, I love that forest green camouflage or whatever that he's wearing. That is so cool. And just check out that logo on his vest. It says Military Order Devil Dogs, and there's a little bulldog on it. And I love the little tampos on these Eagle Force figures. It's little details like that that just make me happy. And if that wasn't enough, look down his right sleeve and you'll see an Eagle Force logo. That is awesome. Now, looking at the figure from this position, you can see that mine has a messed up nose. So, yeah, you really can't tell until you look at it from this position, but obviously he's got either a broken nose or his nose has been squished. Looking at the figure from behind, and check out the detail work on that vest, that looks so cool. Man, they really do make these figures look like totally new characters just by repainting the accessories. You know, because like I said, that's Zapper's vest. Obviously, those are Captain Eagle's legs and stuff like that. But you know what? It looks good to me, man. They did a really great job. And just like all the other figures, that vest is removable. So let's take that vest off and see what he looks like. I'd say he looks just as cool with and without that vest. That is so cool. You can see the camouflage pattern continues underneath there, and that is so awesome. Now, one of the things I haven't figured out yet is they all have these little peg holes in their backs underneath the vests and stuff, and none of them seem to come with backpacks that I know of, so I don't know, man. I guess backpacks are going to be coming out eventually, but as far as I know, none of these figures actually have any sort of backpacks that would plug in there. But I guess it'll just have to remain a mystery until I get a figure that eventually comes with an accessory that plugs into their back. And speaking of accessories, let's look at Sergeant Bulldog's. Just like the other figures in this line, his accessories come in this little clear plastic bag, but unlike all the other figures in the line, his has a bulldog taking up nearly the whole bag. Also, like the other figures in the line, he comes with 8 extra hands. He has these 2 grabby hands, these 2 weapon-holding hands, these 2 weapon-holding hands, which look a lot like these hands here, and then 2 fists. But yet again, they don't match the hands that he has. He basically has no gloves on those hands, and then these hands here are the only trigger hands you get. So if you want him to have 1 trigger hand, well, he's going to be wearing 1 glove if you swap out the hands. He also includes this machine gun and this handgun. And the handgun can fit perfectly in the little holster on his right thigh. And this is an awesome surprise. Check out his beret. It actually has an insignia. And I was hoping one would eventually, and this one does. Now, I don't know how well you'll be able to make that out, but it has the United States Army Special Forces motto, De Oppresso Liber, which translates roughly to liberate the oppressed, or the actual translation it says means from being an oppressed man to being a free one. And you know what? That is awesome. And speaking of awesome, it looks awesome on his head. And it seems Sergeant Bulldog got all the best accessories, because check out his little pal Churchill. Like I said before, I love getting little animal accessories with these kinds of figures, because it's like getting a whole new character. And man, this is awesome. And the team of Sergeant Bulldog with his little pal Churchill standing alongside him looks so good. So, how does Sergeant Bulldog look standing alongside Captain Eagle and Zapper? Well, I'd say they look pretty darn cool. They also look like they're in the Beret fan club. Now, with Sergeant Bulldog having that little insignia on his beret, it does look like there's something missing on Captain Eagle and Zapper's beret. It's just a little detail I wish was there. Now, I think the Captain Eagle's was supposed to have that little Eagle Force logo up there on his beret, but I guess the final product didn't have that, but that's okay. I just love the fact that Sergeant Bulldog had that one on there. It is so awesome. Another thing you might notice is they don't quite go together color-wise. Well, these two do, but he doesn't. Well, that's because Sergeant Bulldog leads his own team, the Bulldog Brigade, and they're color-coordinated with his little camouflage pattern. So, yeah, if you get more of the little soldiers to go with him, you'll have some that match him. Now, I'd say they look really awesome together, and I am so happy to finally have a third member to my Eagle Force. Oh, and Talon's super happy to finally have somebody that he can hang out with, too. So, there's my review of the Fresh Monkey Fiction and ZICA Toys, Eagle Force, Sergeant Bulldog, and man, lest we not forget Churchill. I love getting these two figures all in one package. I absolutely love adding a third member to my Eagle Force collection, and you know what? I got a few more figures waiting in the wings, so if you want to see who they are, until next time, tune in for more!
Can Captain Eagle fight off General Mamba? It's up to you when you're in command of the Eagle Force.
Food Reviews! Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Food Reviews.